All is well in the grass-fed homestead. Everyone survived the storm, and we didn't lose our electricity. The windstorm wasn't as severe as the experts predicted. Ashley made it home safely last night. Everything was well, but there was one casualty. Our low tunnel system collapsed. The wood frames had buckled and the plastic sheeting was being pushed down on top of the plants. So I came out here when it was pouring rain just a little while ago and got it off. This is the first break in the rain in over 24 hours, so the boys are pretty happy to be out of their shelter. They were stuck in there all day yesterday and all morning. If you notice this spot on little guy here, the green, that's kelp meal. He decided to use the mineral feeder as a back scratch, and it flipped it and dumped kelp meal all over him. These guys are also pretty happy. They're excited to be out of the tractor, out scratching around, digging up stuff. Two very clean nest boxes with fresh hay I put in it, and they still lay an egg on the ground. Before the next burst of rain comes in, I'm going to take down this fencing to the sheep's old paddock and set it up for their next paddock and go ahead and get them shifted. No egg. We got that finished just in time. The rain is just starting again. Where are we going, little buddy?
The grandma.
That's right. We're gonna check on her, see how she's doing.
She's doing good.
How are you, Grandma?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
How's the wrist?
It's doing a lot better. It's still sore, tender, but it's on the mend.
Good. I see you're not wearing your brace anymore.
No,
Good.
I had some heat on it today.
Say bye-bye to Grandma.
Goodbye.
See you later.
See you later.
Today is day 97, which means we have been homesteading for 3 months and 1 week. During this time, I've realized there are a few things I would do differently if I were given the opportunity to start over again. One of those things is we would have gotten a property that had outbuildings and covered parking. Sure, we have this tiny one-car garage, but I'm not even sure you can fit a normal-sized sedan in this thing. It's pretty small. We're expecting a heavy winter this year, lots of snow, and we really want a structure under which to park. The gentleman who was here on day 29 with the equipment that was cutting all the tansy and bracken fern out, I got to talking with him and I asked him if he had any experience building carports or just, a little pole building. Basically just a few poles in the ground and a roof just to park under, basically to keep the snow from burying the car. And he said sure, he said he builds them all the time. We got to talking and worked out a fair price. He knows a local guy who mills lumber on the cheap, like half the retail cost. He came by this morning and dropped off 10 of these 6x6 posts. We don't have the budget to do this project all at once, but the contractor said it's best if we can at least get the posts in the ground before the ground freezes, and then we can build on the rest of it as needed after. But if we wait till, say, November, mid-November, late November, whenever it is that we really start getting the inclement weather and the ground freezes, they won't be able to put the posts in the ground, and we won't be able to get anything done till the thaw next spring. He and another guy is supposed to come tomorrow morning and get started on this thing and get the posts in the ground. Basically, this thing is just going to be posts in the ground with a roof on top, and the length of the structure is going to be 30 feet, and it's going to be 20 feet deep, a 20 by 30 carport that's unattached to the house. With the leftover space, we can use it to put unused hay, or if we ever get a lawnmower, tractor, anything like that, it can be parked under there as well. The tricky part of this, though, is the placement of it. Really, the only logical place for it is to go right in here. This is where the driveway ends, next to the garage. So there's already gravel kind of leading up to this area. The problem is this really cool Russian olive tree that's in the way. I really wanted to keep the Russian olive tree, so I came over to this side over here and thought maybe we could put it in here, but there are two problems with that. One is there's a valley right here that floods with water during the spring thaw. I'm afraid that the outside post would be too close to that. The other issue is if we kept the olive tree and had the structure over here, we would be a lot further from the house, which most of the time wouldn't be an issue. But trudging through the snow during the winter while trying to haul groceries in, that sort of thing, that would certainly add to the challenge. Those design considerations, coupled with the fact that about a third of this tree seems to be dying, led to the conclusion that we're going to have the tree cut down and put the structure right here. So if you look at the tree in three sections, this branch, the primary trunk, and then this one, this entire section over here is dead. There's no green cambium behind the bark. It is dry and brown, and it never leafed out this year.
We just found out that our 12 new pullets are ready for us to pick them up. So
a little earlier than expected.
A little earlier than expected. We thought we had more time before they would be coming home, but they're ready now, which is great. So we have to build a home for them so that they have somewhere warm and protected from the wind.
And this home will also serve as winter housing for the rest of the flock. One of our viewers, Bobby Bro from down in Louisiana, pointed us in the direction of a greenhouse design. He sent us pictures of the one he built. The plans came from Texas Prepper. He has a YouTube channel where you can see exactly how to build these things. It's basically a greenhouse on skids with cattle panels for the structure and clear polyfilm for the skin of the shelter. We'll leave a link below to the video that we're referencing here, and a special thank you to Bobby Bro down in Louisiana for pointing us in that direction. We appreciate the pictures you've sent and the guidance you've given us on that. We really think that's going to be a good solution, not only for overwintering the flock, but also to serve as a season extension for plants. We're going to start stuff in there in the spring and keep it rolling out through the fall.
Yeah, we need somewhere to plant. We had a really late frost and a really early frost here. So we actually only had 90 days between frosts, and we didn't get much out of our garden. So we're going to plant a little earlier and then have a little longer to harvest.
We have the polyfilm ordered. It's going to take 1 to 3 business days for shipping, and well, I'm sorry, it's going to take 1 to 3 days for them to process and have it shipped, and then maybe another 2 days for the actual in-transit time. So I don't know exactly when it's going to get here, but probably in 2 days from now, we're going to start the actual framing of the shelter, and
we can have everything done except the polyfilm skin.
Right, we'll just get it up to the point where we'll need to add that and wait. And so hopefully by, I don't know, maybe just over a week from now, we can go get the pullets.
Yes, bring them home.